The NFL season is going strong, and DraftKings Sportsbook is hooking new customers up with an offer that's even stronger. Bet $5 on any game this week to score $200 instantly in bonus bets. And DraftKings isn't stopping there. All customers can take advantage of a sweetener offer every game day this October. Get in on game day greatness. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Shannon. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets when you bet $5 on the NFL. That's code Shannon only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. The crown is yours. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us again on Nightcap. Ocho, this is a big night for us because we have our own channel now. We're no longer under the Club Shay channel. We got our own channel, so we, like the Jeffersons, we are moving on up. I'm your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. He's your favorite number 85. He says he's the greatest route runner. We debate that again at another date and time. Ocho, let's get right into it. The 49ers do a demolition job on your Cowboys. Dak, 14 of 24, 153 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 picks. The Cowboys finished with 218 yards of total offense.
I have a question. Now I'm gonna flip the question back on you.
Yes.
Is this a testament to how great the 49ers defense is, or how bad that the Cowboys played tonight? Which way is it for you?
No.
I'm just curious.
No. Because I've been telling you all along. I said, Ocho, what happens to the Cowboys offense when their defense doesn't give them scooping scores and they don't give them pick sixes and the special team and the offense have to drive the ball? Then what happens? We've seen them play. Oh, that's a historic defense. We've seen them play 3 NF offenses: the Giants, the Patriots, and the Jets. And they look like the 85 Bears. We see them play 2 teams, and both teams got over 20 points, and they blew them out. The Cardinals blew them out. The 49ers did a demolition job. I've heard all week the Cowboys pass rush. They're number 1 in pass rush wins. The 49ers offensive line aren't that good. Oh, they love this matchup. Really? Did anybody touch Purdy other than the coin toss at the beginning of the game? Did anybody touch him?
This is not fair. Is it a true test to the Cowboys on how good the Cowboys offense can be when they're playing one of, if not the best defense in the NFL, and Fred Warner and them boys? Just curious. Can you do that? Can you say that?
Yes. But if you are what you say you are, what you want to do. The best got to beat the best. I want to see how great I am by going up against that 49ers. The 49ers say we want to see how great we are by going up against that historically great Cowboys offense. They got CD. They can run it with Pollard, Ferguson, and they got Cooks, and they got Michael Gallup, and that great offensive line. Ooh, they haven't played together since they drafted Tyler Smith in the first round. They're going to be playing together. And what happened, Ocho? Again, you know what? I said the Cowboys have a problem once they get into the red zone scoring. The 49ers say, we ain't going to even let their ass in the red zone. How about that? We ain't going to even let your funky ass in the red zone.
49ers defense is amazing. It's phenomenal. From the interior to the linebackers to the secondary, they not allowing nothing, anything. You can't run the ball. You can't throw the ball.
I was trying to tell you that.
Well, I never said nothing was wrong with the 49ers defense. I just felt that offensively that the Cowboys would be able to show up regardless to who they were playing. Tonight, it wasn't the case. It definitely wasn't the case.
Ocho, look at the Cowboys against the Jets, the Giants, and the Patriots. When they don't get 14, 21 points on pick six and scooping scores, when their special teams aren't giving them short fields, when they have to drive the ball, and the Cardinals don't have great defense, but when you can force Dak to make every throw, every possession, every down matter. How did he look tonight? How did he look against the Cards?
Is this a Dak problem or maybe a play calling problem? Because wait a minute, wait,
hold on. How many play callers you gonna fire? You got rid of Jason Garrett. You got rid of Kellen Moore. Now you're on your third one. So at what point in time there's a common denominator?
You know what I also saw tonight? I saw tonight we have one of the most prolific NFL receivers in CeeDee Lamb. And I saw the 49ers be able to dictate. No, not locked up. I saw no, not locked up. I saw the Cowboys allow the 49ers to dictate whether or not he can be productive tonight. You can't have that happen. You can't have things like that happen when your best offensive playmaker is not getting the ball and not getting the touches necessary to give your offensive team a chance to win the game or at least be in the game.
Ward had him on house arrest. He couldn't come out the house. You know good well when you're on house arrest, you can't come out the house after 6 o'clock. I mean, where they do that at? Let you out of the house after 6 o'clock.
They were bracketing him. You know, that's where the creativity comes in the player, understanding what they're gonna do to your best player.
That's what you saw.
That's what I saw. Because they didn't play man to man until third down.
I saw Ward. Had it locked up.
You talk about one play. You talk about one play. I know what play you talk about.
How many plays did he make? He
made a few of them.
Hold on. If you get beat 42-10, ain't nobody make nothing. Ain't nobody make breakfast, lunch, brunch, dinner. Ain't nobody make nothing. They made a mess.
Cowboys didn't play well. They didn't play well across the board. Offensively, they didn't play well. Defensively. So who do you think the problem is? I would love to hear from you. Who do you think the problem was tonight?
I think the problem is not so much. Look, I've been on record. There's a large sample size of what Dak is. Now, if you think Dak is anything more than that, you're fooling yourself. Now, because what have you seen? What have you seen? I mean, what did your eyes see? You don't see. You're the type of guy that don't want to believe what your eyes tell you. Your eyes tell you that Dak is an average quarterback. That's what your eyes tell you. But why won't you believe what your eyes tell you?
Dak is an average quarterback.
Yes.
Hold on.
Average.
Wait a minute.
Average, yes.
Cowboys was in the playoffs last year? Were the Cowboys?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
And they lost
were the Cowboys in the playoffs the year before that? So
yes.
An average quarterback is getting his team and giving his team a chance at contention for a Lombardi trophy, and that's what you call an average?
Yes. Because nobody has drafted more Pro Bowl players outside of Kansas City in the last decade. So they have immense talent. They have two guys on the offensive line that's going to the Hall of Fame. Your right guard and your left tackle. They got Michael Parsons. They've done a tremendous job. CeeDee Lamb. Those are drafted players. Tony Pollard, a Pro Bowl player. But at the end of the day, and you said he got them to the playoffs, and then what happens come playoff times? They played this team last year. They played this team the year before. Now tell the people that didn't have television or they didn't watch the game, tell them what happened. Every year, what does Dak do? In situations like this, what does Dak Prescott do?
Interception. Interception.
Now, you remember a guy lost his job. Kellen Moore lost his job. The offensive coordinator. If you look at Cowboys offense since he took over the play calling, they were 1 or 2 in the entire league over the last 3 to 4 years. He lost his job because Dak kept turning the ball over in big games and in playoffs. Now, here come a big game again. And what did Dak do?
I think it's a big game. It's a game that matters, but it's not. It's a small sample size on what we need to do, what they need to do, going back to the drawing board so this doesn't happen later on in the season because they're going to be in contention. They're going to be in the playoffs again. They're going to meet each other again. And when they do meet each other again, they don't want the same thing that happened tonight to happen again.
But, okay, you say the Cowboys need to make the necessary corrections, okay? At that come playoff time, you've seen Dak in the playoffs. He's never gotten his team past the divisional round. He's never won more than one playoff game in the regular season. And normally when they lose the game, why do they lose the game, Ocho? How does Dak play? Can you say Dak has played well with the exception, and even in the Green Bay game, his first one as a rookie, outside of that game, can you say, you know what, man? The Cowboys defense let him down. Or can you go back and say, man, Dak threw 2 picks? Or the offense didn't do this. Because remember last year, they held the 49ers to, 20 points. And the Cowboys scored 12. Last year, the year before that, they got 23. And the Cowboys scored 16. So we keep hearing about this. See, this is the way I measure greatness on an offense and a defense. Can you go get done what you need to get done when you absolutely have to get it done? If you're a great defense on third down, can you go get them off the field? Can you do it? If it's third down, can you go get a first down to make sure their offense don't get back on the field, or you keep matriculating the ball down the field and getting field goal range or get a touchdown? That's the sign of greatness. See, you scoring 100 points, don't tell me nothing, because I need to see, can you go get 25 when you have to, and it's a nip-tuck ball game. Now, what have you seen through 5 games this year when the Cowboys need it?
You know, everything for the Cowboys this season has really been defense. It's been defense. And that is what has been bailing them out. Offensively, they hadn't really been scoring the points that they need to. Now, listen to me. I'm with you. I'm with you when you're right. That's one thing about it. I'm not going to argue or fight with you about what I can see, because I seen the eye test. I done the eye test. But I got my glasses, so you should I can see real good. But listen, it's early in the season. We at the quarter pole. We got a long way to go. The regular season will always go well for the Cowboys. How do we fix the mistake? I keep saying we. How do they fix the mistakes so when you get to the postseason, you don't end up with the same results as always? The quarterback play. The quarterback play from Dak has been phenomenal from an interception standpoint. That perspective. He's fixed that issue this year until tonight. Now tonight it was very unfortunate where you're behind and you're putting yourself in position where you have to throw the ball. You have to throw the ball.
And what?
Yes, interceptions.
What was the other game that he threw the interception in?
It was only one. Whoa! It was only one. Yeah. It was
Arizona.
only one.
Arizona. And why did he throw that interception?
Yeah,
because they were behind.
Right.
And the possessions matter. The downs matters. The throws
matter.
But
you know what you do? You know what you do? It's easier defensively when the team is behind and you know they have to throw the ball. All you have to do is play back. You just put that umbrella and keep everything in front of you. That's what makes it so much easier when you have to play from behind for a defense.
How much easier is it to play quarterback when your defense gives you 21 and your special teams give you short fields? How much easier is it to play quarterback?
Once you got that short field, you would think it's much easier to score and put up points.
Oh, you think so? So go back and look at what they did against the Cowboys defense did against the Giants. Go back and look at what they did against the Patriots. Go back and look at what they did against the Jets. Now, all of a sudden, when they couldn't get pick sixes and they couldn't get scooping scores and the special teams didn't set up short fields, look at what they did against Arizona and look at what they did against the 49ers.
They didn't put up the points.
Now, this is what we saw. Is Dak still – because you remember the guy asked him about the 49ers last year, and Dak said he was pissed. I said, you trying to piss me off? Now, last season they lost in the playoffs 19-12. The Cowboys defense gave up 19 points. In today's game, you hold a team under 20, you're supposed to win that game. The previous year, they lost 23-17. Tonight, it's 42-10. Now, I don't know about you, but it's going in the wrong direction. It's going in the wrong direction,
but again, it's week 5. It's week 5, Unc. You know that. You know that. And some of the score that you see in the games will be closer later on in the season. Later on the back end of the season, especially postseason time, the game's going to be much closer. You're not blowing nobody out, no 40 to goddamn 10. 42-10 for that matter.
Dak last 3 games against the 49ers, he has 3 touchdowns and 6 INTs. Can I interest you in that? Can you win? Can you win with those stats? You can't
win with those stats, but what we're doing is we taking away the greatness of what the 49ers defense is, or a team in general.
But you've been telling me for the first 4 weeks the Cowboys are great. So it's 2 greats against 1. It's 2 greats going 2 behemoths.
I don't recall ever saying the Cowboys are great. I said the Cowboys were good. I said the Cowboys are a good team that would be in contention.
Don't do that, Ocho.
Listen, they're America's team. Their brand sells itself. Jerry sells the brand of America's team and them being great itself. I don't have to do it.
How about this? Let's talk about some of the 49ers. Because what they're able to do, Kyle Shanahan, he does so much with Debo. He does so much with Ayuk, Kittle, and how many fullbacks are they going to run a Texas route with? He's throwing the ball to his fullback. He's putting McCaffrey. It's so hard because you gotta defend every blade of grass, because Brock Purdy is not afraid. He's unafraid to throw the ball to anybody that has an eligible number. And when you got Big 71, they made a mistake. I would have never put Michael Parsons. I'm never putting my best pass rusher on Trent Williams, because you're neutralizing him.
Yeah.
He's done. Because now I can slide. I'm gonna go rip all day. I'm
because
going rip all day.
The left side is taken care of.
It's over. It's over.
Right.
It's over. So you wait. So you wasting your best pass rusher trying to go against him. Look. I understand that you try to get Michael on his blind side, but you do understand that guy's a 10-time Pro Bowler that's protecting the blind side. So that's not the blind side the movie. That's a real protector back there. So say he's the real deal. But the 49ers are unbelievable because they can run it, they can throw it. Ayuk is great, run after the catch. Kittle had an outstanding game. Debo was sensational. McCaffrey again got the ball in the end zone. He coughed it up. He's going to be kicking himself because that game was about to get out of hand. It was really about to get out of hand. It ended up getting out of hand, Ocho, but it was about to get out of hand a lot sooner than what it did.
I think it's almost unfair. When I thought about it, watching the game, and I felt bad for the Cowboys offensively and defensively. No, seriously. Because when I thought about it, it almost seemed unfair that the team that the 49ers have constructed, and all I could think about was, in basketball terms, the Warriors. When the Warriors had Kevin Durant, they had Steph, and they had Clay. Yeah. It's like it's shooters all over the place. And then you have someone like Shanahan with the creativity that he has in calling plays and being able to put the ball in Brock Purdy's hands and understand I don't have to worry about him throwing interceptions. He's always gonna get the ball. The ball is coming out on all timing routes. He's putting it right in between the numbers. Yes. And everything is working. And the funny thing about it is when McCaffrey is hitting and he's on fire, it makes the passing game that much easier. So it's like, how do you stop that? Yep. Who has the personnel in the NFL to stop that? That can stop the run, that can stop the screen plays, the smoke routes, and be able to defend the short, intermediate, and long balls.
Yeah. You got to pressure Purdy. You got to make it. You got to put him in a situation where he has to play. Because if you notice, they dictate everything. And as long as you're allowing Cal to dictate, you got an uphill climb. Now, Cal knows Dan Quinn. He was his offensive coordinator, so he knows what he likes to run. He knows what he likes to do, and he got the personnel. He has one offensive lineman that can neutralize. So now we can take our fullback and chip his way out. We can take our tight end, chip his way out. And that'll give the right guard a little. But they did an outstanding job with the pass rush of protecting Purdy. But if you look at on his anticipatory skills, Ocho, the way he throws the ball, when that receiver outside foot hits and he's going to run a dagger route or he's going to run that ball is gone. So by the time he gets to the middle, he hit. I think it was IU.
That dig route. Yes, I know exactly which one you talk about. It came right off the linebacker head.
And Vander Esch.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That was beautiful.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah,
nothing you can do. I mean, this was a clinic last night. I mean tonight. Brock Purdy, 17 of 24, 252, 4 touchdowns, 9 touchdowns this season, 0 picks, 9.3 yards attempt. For me, I know he doesn't have the gaudy numbers like a Tua, but he has entered the MVP discussion.
You know what? He doesn't have the gaudy numbers like Tua because he doesn't have the type of personnel that Tua has to work with. Like they got a 4x1 team out there in Miami. They have a 4x1 team out here in Miami. For sure. In the Bay Area, what they have is a bunch of dudes that put on their construction hat and they come to work and they're gonna chip you to death all the way down the field. All the way down the field. They're gonna keep on hammering and keep on hammering to get the job done. Out there in Miami, listen, they're gonna jump in.
I think the Dolphins play the 49ers. I think the Dolphins play the 49ers.
A great matchup.
That's going to be a matchup. So it's going to be a matchup. Because Buffalo kind of gave you the blueprint of how to deal with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Pressure Tua.
Yeah, get him off the spot. The spot.
Because if you let him have time, but the problem that they have is that you got to stop the run. Because A-Chain.
I have a question. Is he the closest thing we've seen to Chris Johnson or Jamal Charles in a long time? Or is that a fair assessment or am I tripping?
Yes. Yeah, there have been very few running backs that you can look back and say, you know what, he's a threat. He hit his head on the goalpost every time he touched the ball. He really is. I mean, Ocho, the dude got 130, 140 yards on 10 carries. That's college.
Yeah.
That's high school.
No.
You don't do that in the NFL. Remember, he goes for 203 on less than 20 carries against the Broncos. He has 7-8 carries against Buffalo for 101. So he's put together the 100-yard games, and he might have 40 carries and got over
already.
400 yards.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then you got Reek out there, and you got Waddle, and you got Barrios, and you got the tight. Man, I mean, they're loaded, but it's going to be a great matchup. But I was very impressed. I think 49ers. I've had the 49ers number one on my power ranking. They did nothing to disappoint me to say I should move them
number
down.
Number one. And your power ranking for
Yes.
what? NFC teams, you mean? Or you mean
total overall
over the
They're number
Chiefs?
one for me.
How did they leapfrog the Chiefs like that? Just curious.
Yes. Yeah. See, I throw last year out the way.
You starting over.
We starting this year. This all over. You think right now the Chiefs are a better team than the Niners right now?
Okay, if you want to go that route, if you think the Chiefs are not better than the 49ers right now, then how did you leapfrog the 49ers over the Eagles?
Oh, I'm not leapfrogging them. I'm just saying my eye test. I'm watching these teams.
Right,
I'm watching everybody play. Now you watched everybody, and I understand the Eagles are 5-0. People are like, Shannon, you got the Eagles at 5-0, and they're under 49ers. Yes, I do. Because what is the eye test? That's because at the end of the day, until they play each other. But right now,
the eye test tells me that the 49ers are a great football team, and there is no weakness. But then when you look at the Eagles are a great football team with no weakness. And if the Eagles and the 49ers are to play, the personnel that the Eagles have, I think will be better suited to play the 49ers than any other team in the NFL. Any other team, because of the personnel they have, especially that interior they had to work with. Oh, the my D-line. Goodness.
Yeah, because both of them have great D-lines and O-lines. Because you go on D-line, you go Jalen Carter, and you go Fletcher Cox, and you go Sweat. You go those guys, Brandon Graham. So that would be a great matchup. Let's turn to the AFC. Chiefs, Dolphins, and Bengals. They win. Bills, Ravens lose. Let's start with the Chiefs first. Looked like Travis Kelce avoided a major injury. I thought it was something really serious because he had the way he planted and he just gave himself up. So I'm like, please don't let it be. And he's like, damn it. But they win. Mahomes 31 of 41, 281, 2 touchdowns. What was the big takeaway for you in that game?
Takeaway for me in that game is when you have somebody like Patrick Mahomes, when you have arguably the best player, one of the best players to ever play the position, it makes everyone else's job so much easier, regardless of the circumstance, regardless of what's going on, regardless of who goes out and who comes in. He reminds me of that piece that they had in New England at one point, who played there for 20 years. Like no matter who comes in, there's one piece of that puzzle that will always remain the same and will always give you a chance no matter what's around him. And that was Patrick Mahomes. And he showed that again today. Yes. When you have that guy, I played with a guy, John Elway was my quarterback. When you have that guy, even from a defensive standpoint, even if we're down 10, we're down 14. Yeah, we got a chance. All we got to do is get a stop. We score, we get another stop, give the ball back to 7. That's what Brady would play bad game, except when it counted most.
But he needs 2 drives in order to get his team a win. Yeah, you might as well book it.
And the funny thing about it is those are pressure situations, and for some reason, certain quarterbacks like Mahomes, Brady, Elway, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, it's a small select few that always rise to the occasion and what we would consider, even as a former athlete, pressure situations. And I think that's a bad thing for other quarterbacks on other teams because you hold them to such a high standard that you expect that type of play consistently out of them like we do the great ones. And that's really not the makeup and the landscape of everybody at the position in the NFL. And I at times I think it's not fair.
Boy, they better be glad my homeboy didn't get D-Hop. Can you imagine if he had a true number one
that would have been
receiver?
nasty. That would have been nasty. that would have been nasty.
The Dolphins hammered the Giants. The Giants passed the 2,000 Rams as the most yards through 5 games. Devon Achan had 151 yards on 11 carries. The Dolphins had 222 rush yards on the day. Tua continues. He's still in the lead for my MVP. 22 of 30, 308, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Tyreek, 9 for $181, another touchdown. What did you like about the Giants? What did you like about the Dolphins?
Being able to pick up where they left off, knowing that what happened against the Bills, that wasn't them. That wasn't them. Again, and we were talking about how well the 49ers are playing. This is what I say with the Dolphins. When you play against a team that knows your tendencies, that has the personnel to stop you, you're not playing against the Bills every week in and week out. I think what we saw from the Dolphins today, they will be able to execute in that manner against any and everybody else they play that is not part of their division. Any and everybody. Yeah. Anybody outside of the Bills, and I don't think the Jets have anything to stop them. And
because I don't think the Jets can put enough fear in them offensively.
No, New England doesn't have enough to stop them. So
no,
that was beautiful from them. Especially the running game is going well. Tyreek, Waddle catching passes, Barrios is catching passes on third downs, keeping the chains moving. Like, what do you do? How do you stop that?
Yeah, I mean, this game would have really got out of hand had Tua not thrown those 2 bad interceptions, because the Giants scored their first touch. The Giants have yet to score through 5 weeks an offensive touchdown in the first half. They got their own lone touchdown this year in the first half on a 102-yard pick six. I saw something today, and you can take this however you want to, people out there listening. I don't think Daniel Jones is a very good quarterback. But his offensive line is worse at blocking than he is at quarterback. And now you got a match made in hell. I'm paying him $40 million if he can finish the season upright. I mean, because I watched this game very closely today, Ocho. That man take 3 steps, his back foot hit, and the guy hit him in the back of his head.
I tweeted it out. I tweeted out at some point. I tweeted out, oh, my goodness, they going to get Daniel Jones hurt. And right after my tweet, everybody sent me, oh, Daniel Jones just went out. They were hitting him upside the head over and over. You can only take so much punishment for so long. We only in week 5, man. We only in week 5.
Hold on. Think about what you said. You're in week 5, and the Giants have allowed 30 sacks. So let's go. Okay, you go to 10, that's 60. You go to 15 games, that's 90. So you tell me what quarterback they're gonna have to have an 8-man roster with just quarterbacks. Because ain't no quarterback going to be able to – you think a quarterback can take that many hits? I'm saying sacked. I'm not saying how many times they've been hit. I'm saying the Giants have allowed 30 sacks. So how many hits have they allowed? I feel, you know what, bro? Like I said, I feel bad for the man. Because that's what they're paying him for.
How about maybe he's not that bad of a quarterback, but the fact that he continues to get hit so much, gets sacked so much, it takes away from his ability to actually play the position at its highest level because of that. I'm just asking. I'm just saying. I'm not taking up for him. I'm just asking.
That might be the case. But I think what he should do is find out what the Minnesota Vikings' favorite charity is and donate some money, because they got him paid what he did in that playoff game.
Right.
That got him paid.
Right.
Ocho. That's what got him paid. One game. They disregarded everything that they had saw up until that point and said, you know what, this is who he can be moving forward. So, but you pay. It's like I'm worth $40 million, but I live in a dilapidated building, and I wonder why I'm breathing in mold and asbestos and rats are walking. Look at that offensive line. That offensive line is terrible. Terrible.
It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, especially today. Today's showing, especially after Evan Neal came out and said what he said, and to have a day like today, and where your quarterback goes out, and he leaves the game with the injury. Like pride alone, pride in itself should have you blocking anything trying to get to him.
The Giants' offensive line, but they shouldn't even talk. They should hold up cue cards. Say, we're not going to talk until we win a game. I mean, y'all getting that man hit. They hit that man everywhere but the bottom of his feet. They hit him, like you said, they hit him inside his head. They hit him in his back. They hit him in his ass. They hit him in his thigh, his ankles. The only thing he didn't get hit was his cleat.
What do you do?
Bottom of his feet.
What's the answer? Because Tyrod Taylor came and he tried to do what he could. He tried to move the ball, tried to move it efficiently.
And they hammered him. And they beat.
Tyrod was getting hit too.
Tyrod come to the game all dressed up, man. He left. They done tore all his clothes up on him like he got to fight with a tiger. Man, that Louis, all that high-end stuff that he be wearing, they had to rip the shreds off him, man. I say, what damn, Tyrod? Let's get to your team. The Bengals bounced back in a big way. Joe Burrow, 36 of 46, 317, 3 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, 3 touchdowns coming in the week. He had set a Bengals record. 15 catches, $192,
like
3 tubs. He told them last week, pardon my language, but I'm always open. He said, what did he say?
I'm always open. I'm always fucking open. And he meant every word of it.
That's what he said.
He meant every word of it.
He meant it. And Joe was looking for him, and he did a great job of getting open and staying open. And the Bengals needed this. They needed a game to like, okay, this is us. This is the way we're supposed to play. This is the way Joey B is supposed to do it. This is the way Jamar Chase. Because here's the thing. Remember T. Higgins?
T hurt. Irwin played.
Okay, so Irwin had a big day, but Boyd was huge for him in the slot, and so now Chase knows, bro. I got to stand tall. I got to be what my jersey number says. Receiver number 1. I got to be him for real, because I ain't got my brother on the other side that's gonna lift anything. Hey, anytime you see if you see one guy on me, throw it. If you see 2 guys on me, throw it. If you see 3 guys on me and 2 of them back turn, throw it.
Listen,
so
what you saw today, I like the creativity, obviously, that they were doing offensively. I think the Cardinals, I'm not sure what the Cardinals were thinking. There were a few times they tried to bracket him, and it didn't work on that 3rd touchdown in the back of the end zone. They tried to bracket him, but it was too late. Joey had to flush a little bit. He was able to find him a little late.
Yeah.
The other plays, I don't know. Was it Corden? No, it wasn't Corden because
that touchdown over the top with the one that I'm like, bro, what you safety? You got to get on your horse.
Chase is just that fast.
But here's the thing: the front side safety squatted for no reason, bro. You got to keep sinking.
The slot dude was covered. I'm not sure why he even dropped down to even try to cover that. There was no point.
Thank you.
There was no point.
Thank you.
That's called overcoaching.
But they needed that game. He it is. The Bills after a big game last week, they come back. Josh Allen 27 of 40, 359, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. The Buffalo Bills 15 yards on 10 carries. They lose to the Jags. Was that bad Bills?
I think it's good Jag defense, because that defense is very good. The Jag defense is very good, and obviously they are potent on offense as well with Calvin Ridley, Travis Etienne, and we know what Trevor Lawrence can do. But
they get Christian Kirk. They got Jones. They got Zay Jones. They got Evan Ingram. They've done a great job. Dougie P has done a great job of surrounding Trevor with some nice pieces. Calvin Ridley on that big 3rd down, he runs the go route from the slot. And my grandma used to always say, Ocho, boy, if you leave your door open, flies come in. If you impress coverage, you cannot open the door. Flies will come in your house. So if you're in a press position, either press. If you're not going to press, back your butt up. Because what did he do? He opened the door. Flies came in his house. 39 yards later, Calvin really had a first down.
Listen, I always said, as a former DB myself, if you're going to press, you got to get your hands on him, or at least try. Do something. Don't get up there and be pretty, because you're not going to be able to shadow nobody from up that close. Challenge him.
And that's my thing. Guys, get up there. Do you realize what you've done? Is that if you get in a press position and you open the door, he's already even with you. At least if you were back, he would have to run to catch up with you. So just think about what you've done. Now he's going that way. You're gonna have to turn and open your hips. It's not many DBs in the history of the game. There have been a few, maybe Time and a Darryl Green that can turn, open the hips, and just be in your hip
foot to
pocket.
foot.
But most of the time, most of the time you're not going to be able to do that. So if you're going to get up there in that press position, you got to put hands on that man.
I think the outcome of the game, I'm not sure if it would have been different because the Bills were able to throw the ball. They were able to throw the ball a little bit, but you got to establish a running game. You got to establish a running game to keep the defense honest. You got to establish a running game. If you can't establish a running game, it makes everything that much easier from a defensive standpoint on what plays are called because, okay, we're not even blitzing like that, and our front four is really stopping you. Ed Oliver had a fucking day. Oh, excuse me. My bad.
Yeah. You know what? I think Matt Milano getting injured really hurt them because now you saw the Jags because he's good at run stuffing and he can drop in pass coverage. So now you take the heartbeat of that defense out. And remember, just think I was saying the Bills are going to get even better because of the way Milano was playing, and they're about to get Von Miller back. So now you got a guy that can turn the lights out of the building, and you don't have to do anything for him. And you got Milano playing at an all-pro level. And now he goes down. He's lost from the season, broken, I think it said fibula or tibia, and possible ACL damage. We're hoping that's not the case, but it looks like he's done for the season. But you're right. Buffalo is going to have to find some resemblance of a run game. You just can't ask Josh to drop back and throw the ball 40, 50 times a game and expect to win.
No. I mean, it's possible. It's possible, especially with what they have offensively, but you can't be playing a team that is really, really good on defense and really has a very, very good offense and expect to win by not running the ball. That's not going to happen. Now, you playing the Broncos, somebody like that, I understand. And no disrespect to them. I'm just saying, based on what they've showed this year, there are certain teams you can get away with that. You can not have a run game and just throw the ball up and down the field.
I think the reason why I say Buffalo can't do that because Josh is turnover prone. And the more time you ask him to put the ball in the air, the greater the chances are he's going to turn it over. So I wouldn't ask him to do that, but they got to get some resemblance of a running game. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson fall apart offensively, and they lose to the Steelers. What happened to Baltimore? We'll touch on the Steelers in a minute. What happened to Baltimore?
Like I told you, those divisional games, playing Steelers, Ravens, it's always like that. It's dirty, it's grimy, nothing about it is pretty, and you get situations like that. In the fourth quarter, when you need it most, at times it's very difficult. It's very difficult when you have someone that knows what you do, they know what you do well, they know how to counter everything that you are going to do, and they know how to stop it. Then you have the personnel. In that AFC North, you have the personnel on how to deal with Lamar, how to deal with the runs, how to deal with the RPOs, the play actions, and that's just how those games go in that division. And it's always that way. The games are always close. It's never pretty. It ain't never pretty in the scoring, and it's never high. And it's out of Cleveland, the Browns, the Bengals. The Steelers, every game they play is always like that. Very seldom is it a high-scoring, a pretty game like we saw tonight with the Cowboys and the Niners. Niners. Yeah, never a blowout like that. Yeah. Always close and ugly.
But the Ravens had this game right before the half. It's fourth down. There's 20 seconds on the clock, and the Ravens try to get cute. Kick the field goal. Don't talk about, we didn't want to give them a chance to go. Bro, if they go down the field in 16 seconds, if Kenny Pickett can take them down the field and get in field goal range, that's your defense. That's on your defense. You got cute. The center snapped the ball when he wasn't supposed to. And then you end up getting no points. They dropped 5 passes. Everybody knows Nelson Aguilar, his nickname is 50-50. There's a 50% chance he catch it. There's a 50% chance he drop it. Okay, he had a go ball for a touchdown. He dropped it. That's him. Go back and look. Look at it with the Raiders. Go back and look at the Patriots. Go back and look at it with the Eagles. I'm not making this stuff up. He has more retriever than receiver. Retriever will pick up something that you throw out there and bring it back to you. A receiver will catch it. So he has more retriever in him. I'll bring it back to you after it's hit the ground, as opposed to catching it on the fly.
Don't talk about my dog like that. Don't do him like that. Listen, we all drop balls. But the one he dropped, it was magnified because it was a very important catch that would have given them 6 points. It would have given them 6 points. Rashad Bateman also had an important drop in the end zone as well.
They had 5 drops.
Yeah.
But Lamar threw a horrible interception, Ocho. You can't throw the back shoulder and miss inside. The reason why you throw the back shoulder is because the guy is inside. Right. You cannot miss that bad, Lamar. You've got that's third down, Ocho. At worst case scenario, we've got to come away with points. Forget, even if we don't score a touchdown, Ocho, we can't end the drive with a turnover. Right. We just can't.
Shit happens. You've been in that position before. Maybe not in the position of playing quarterback, but understanding the mistakes that happen in pressure situations like that, when you want to win, when you want to be precise, when you want to throw that ball on the back shoulder, on that upfield shoulder away from the DB. Sometimes it doesn't come out right. Yes. And that was the result. That was the results for the day.
Bro, he's lost his 7th fumble of the season. He's got to do a better job of taking care of the football, Ocho. We can't look. Here's the thing. This is what the coaches always said. Look, guys are going to get beat. They get paid too. But let's not exacerbate a situation. If a guy gets beat, if a guy misses a play, don't exacerbate it by fumbling the football, by giving them the ball. Let's just make sure we hold on to the ball and either punt it away or get another crack at them. He's got to do a better job. And I'm going to say something that's very unpopular right now. Let me ask you a question. I'm going to take T.J. Watt, and what he's been doing the last 5 years, and I'm going to put him on the Cowboys. And I'm going to take Micah Parsons with what he's been doing, and I'm going to put him on the Steelers.
You still getting the same production?
I think T.J. Watt is better.
Whoa. I say you still getting the same production. You still getting the same.
T.J. Watt had 22 and a half sacks. Go look at the numbers. Go look at the numbers. You say I'm getting the same production. Look at the sack numbers. I'm just okay. How long has Michael been in the league?
This is only year 3.
This is 3.
It's only year 3.
Okay. Let's look at. We're gonna put up the sacks. We're gonna put up the sack totals. We're gonna tackle for losses. We're gonna put forced fumbles. Because all I know is T.J. Watt is kicking out
every time, no matter who they playing. I mean, he and Minka Fitzpatrick are the Steelers' defense. They are the Steelers' defense.
I mean, look, Highsmith was outstanding today. Also, Highsmith had a big strip sack. But I believe if T.J. Watt was doing what he's doing in Pittsburgh, was doing it for the Cowboys, because you got to understand, the Cowboys are on TV every effing Sunday because they draw. So everybody, Fox want them on, CBS want them on, NBC wants them on.
Well, there was a time the Steelers were like that, though. It was the time.
Oh yeah, they was, but they were. But the Cowboys have always been like that. Even when the Cowboys was bad, the Cowboys was on TV because of that fan base. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was before me.
But right now, my eyes on a consistent basis, it tells me T.J. Watt is better than Micah.
You know what? Everything is based off stats. Everything is based off stats, and that's all we have to go off of. But I think if you were to ask defensive coordinators or ask other defensive ends, just off an eye test, they are both phenomenal. They're both good. Yeah. So it's a hard choice for me because it's like
we judging a beauty contest. We can't have two Miss Americas.
So you got to pick one.
Ocho.
Well,
you got to pick one.
I like Michael Parsons. I mean, that's nothing against T.J. Watt. That's like saying Rihanna and Beyonce. Well, goddamn, either way you go, you can't go wrong.
You got to take one
based on preference. Okay.
No, it
How about
wasn't
this?
no
How about this?
preference.
I got one better for you. Michael Jordan or LeBron?
What? You already know. Stop playing with me. You know, Go James is where it's at.
But either way,
Been there.
no matter which way you go, you still can't go wrong. You still right. One of the few times where it's a win. It's a win-win.
We gonna agree with something,
Either
huh?
way.
Okay, so if you had to rank the AFC right now, how would
Chiefs,
you rank them?
obviously. I had to.
Over your Dolphins? I thought you loved the Dolphins.
Yeah, I love the Dolphins, but I am also I want to stay within reality too, based on those who've had 2 Super Bowls in the last 4 years. Chiefs, my Dolphins. I like to say my Bengals are back on track. I like to say my Bengals.
So you got them in front of the Bills.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Most definitely. And I obviously had the Bills right after that.
I would go Dolphins.
Whoa,
Chiefs,
whoa.
Bills.
I test.
Yeah.
I test. I test.
I'm just going eye test.
Okay.
I'm just going eye test.
I stay with that.
I'm just
I'll
going
stay
eye
with that.
test. I got Dolphins, Chiefs, Bills, Jags, Bengals.
Come on now with the bullshit now. I don't even curse because I'm saved, but here you go with the bullshit.
Jags, Bengals.
I thought you were doing the eye test.
Bad with it.
So if you doing the eye test,
I was watching the Bengals, my eyes were crossed. I've been watching the Bengals, they be going all over the place. I'm like, well, damn, what y'all doing this for? So that's why I had to put them in 5. So that's why I'm at with that one, Ocho. Y'all be all over the place, Ocho, so I don't know what I'm gonna get with y'all.
Come on, man.
Man, you got me sweating up in here.
Don't do my boy. Oh shit! My stomach hurt. Oh.
But y'all, I mean, considering, Ocho,
you got
you
my
know
stomach
there
hurt.
was a point in time that you guys weren't in the top 5. It took a performance like today just to get y'all
That's
to
what
5
I kept trying
for
to
me.
tell you, though. I kept trying to get you to understand. I know what you're seeing right now is not really us, and I kept trying to tell you and explain that to you. Don't worry about what's going on at the beginning of the season. We always start 0-2.
You know y'all got the 49ers, right?
We're going to
Y'all
win
got
that
the
game,
49ers
too.
Oh, let me get somebody right now.
Let's bet.
Let's do dinner right now.
Let's bet. And I'm not even a gambling man, but I bet whatever. I guarantee. And I'm standing on business. Like I'm standing on business, like Drusky say. I guarantee you we beat the 49ers. and we going to Levi Stadium. I don't even wear Levi's. I only wear 501s.
Yeah, I do. They're gonna beat the blue jeans off yo.
Boy, it's one thing. You if you know about this NFL, week in and week out, ain't no telling the team that you expect to win each week. It don't always go the way you think it's gonna go. And I'm telling you right now, because I got the script. If you a betting man, listen to me. Don't listen to Shannon.
I guarantee you, when they get done with y'all, I bet they beat the back pockets off y'all jeans. See, when I was coming up, I know you didn't know anything about the most smooth booties. The women had jeans that didn't have back pockets on them. We call them smooth booties. So when they get done with y'all gonna have no back pockets on the back of y'all jeans.
What's the bet? What's the bet?
Okay.
Make it light. Make it light on yourself now. Make it light on yourself.
I want. We bet a band. Let's bet a band.
A band. You talk about Marching 100?
Yeah. I tell you what I want. This is what I want. I tell you what. This is what we're gonna do. I want to bet $100, and I want you to pay mine off in Buffalo nickel.
Buffalo nickel.
Yeah, because I want you to go to the bank and ask the cashier, can you get $100 of Buffalo nickels? And she gonna say, Mr. Johnson, why do you need Buffalo nickels? And then you gonna say, because I lost a bet to Shannon Sharpe. See, I don't want your money. I want your pride. See, damn your money. I got money. I want your pride. I want you to go explain to people why you need $100 worth of Buffalo nickels.
I'm never wrong when it comes to the game of football. You don't understand.
Okay.
I have the script. And in the way the season is going, next week, not this weekend, the weekend after, because we play the Seahawks first, and then we got we want to Seahawks.
No, y'all wait. It's like a month.
No. I thought it was the 15th. No, the 15th we play the Seahawks. Then we play the 49ers. Then we got the bye week. Or I might be wrong. I'm right.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah, see, I told you. Yeah. Seahawks come to us, then we go to Levi Stadium. And we finna win.
Ooh. Y'all got to buy. It's in 3 weeks. So y'all play Seattle by then.
I was right
49ers.
then. I was right. You know what it is.
Yeah.
Bet.
You was right when y'all play, but you're going to be right that y'all going to win.
Bet is on. Oh, we and bet that band too. Bet that band.
Go ahead.
Bet.
Okay. Bet it. You look like you said something. I just want Sherelle to know that's $1,000. That's $1,000 off that gift. Sherelle, your gift just cost $1,000 less because he just lost some money.
I'm gonna get the band from her if I do lose.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. It's gonna spend the same. The Broncos lose again to the Jets. We all know what Sean Payton said earlier in the offseason. It was the worst coaching job about Nathaniel Hackett. He's now the offensive coordinator for the Jets. He was formerly the head coach of the Broncos. And Sean Payton and Russ exchanged words on the sideline. Is this marriage going to end after this season, or do they start like, you know what? We know we're going to end it after this season, and then we just go ahead and just try to get Caleb
they can't end it. How they going to end it? They just paid him.
Oh, they get enough money. He's not gonna be in Denver after this year.
They just paid him. How you gonna go anywhere? I don't know how the cap stuff work and dead money and all that stuff.
The Packers are eating 50 million in dead money. Or Aaron Rodgers. Did you see what they did with Nick Foles? All that dead money that the Eagles ate and Indy ate. They don't care nothing about that, man. They eat that dead money.
Caleb Williams to Denver? Is that what we doing?
Yep. Might as well.
Wait, already?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all be throwing. I mean, y'all be throwing in the towel so early, man.
Man, you watching Russ. You watching. Okay, what chance do the Broncos have? You watching Russ play. Russ can't move anymore. What made Russ unique was his ability to escape the rush. Russ can't outrun me. He can't get away from his kids. If his 2 and 3 year olds start chasing him, they catch him. Well, you watching the game. I'm not telling you anything, Ocho, that people don't see. Sometimes the Shannon, I'm just telling you, what do you see? Russ cannot get away from the rush anymore.
Like I it's hard for me to even sit here and I'm trying to conjure up something to defend Russ with, but it's hard.
Go ahead, try.
I mean,
because at first it was Nathaniel Hackett.
Right.
Remember, it was Nathaniel Hackett. He should have been the coordinator. He should have been the head coach. He shouldn't have called plays. So now,
and then
now look, I'm not saying that he's not. Sean Payton is not without blame here now, because here's the problem that Russ has. Sean Payton coaches hard. Russ has never been coached like that. You see, it's easier to be coached hard and go somewhere easy as opposed to being somewhere easy and then being coached hard.
I mean, he's been playing football all his life. And I'm sure at some point along that journey, he's had a coach that, is a little hard on him. Especially you can't be soft about it, especially at this level.
What you just told me now. I remember you and I was having a conversation earlier when we first started Nightcap. You said they talk to the quarterbacks differently.
You're not supposed to. I mean, as you know that's rule. Cardinal rule number 1: you never chastise your quarterback in front of the team or other players. You just don't. That's the way it's. Yeah, publicly. Yeah, you just don't.
Right. But Sean Payton coaches hard.
Right. Bill
Parcells is
Tom
his
Coughlin.
mentor. Okay. He also, guess who else learned up under Parcells?
Yeah.
Bill Belichick. Now, what did you say Bill Belichick did with Tom Brady the first time, that first meeting?
He let him have it in front of the whole team. Okay. And listen, that moment, I understood that everybody in that room was expendable. Everybody in that room was expendable. It's the year they lost to the Jets when Mark Sanchez was the quarterback in the playoffs.
Mark Sanchez, Rex Ryan was the coordinator.
The whole point of the season hadn't even started yet. This is the first goddamn meeting. This is the bullshit we can't have if we thinking about getting to a Super Bowl. And he put on all the mistakes.
Because Russ was careless with the football. Do you realize that Russ had 70 yards passing through 3 quarters?
Yeah. But is that not on Sean Payton?
And DJ Reed was out of the game. Look here. I don't care what type. I give you some terrible ingredients. I don't care what type of chef you are. You can't make it taste good.
Okay. Boom. Bingo. First year together. Getting to know each other. Are we throwing in the towel on that already? On that relationship?
Already. Ocho, let me ask you a question. If you let's just say for the sake of argument, you say, you know what, you and the wife say, you know what, we gonna splurge. You know what, we gonna go get this pad down in Tampa. That thing 20 million. Are you expecting to do any upgrades, or you expecting to move
for 20 million? I'm moving in, and everything better be ready.
The Broncos ownership, the Walton Penner family, they paid a coach $18 million, and they paying a quarterback $47 million. And you talk about we gonna build? We got time to do what? Not I got 65. Not if I got $65 million tied up in quarterback and a head coach. I ain't waiting on nothing.
Sometimes you can't pay your way to success. Sometimes you got to work on it. Sometimes you got to work your way through it. You can't. It's like something when you get married. You have the ceremony. You have the reception. You have the honeymoon. You think things are gonna go good. Sometimes it goes up. Sometimes it comes down. But you got to keep on working on it until you find that happy medium right in the goddamn middle, and that's where they at right now.
Ocho, it takes a special type of coach to come in and coach. It's almost like dating someone with kids. He said, man, them ain't my damn kids. I ain't finna put up with that bull jive.
That's something special now. When you date a woman with kids, you know what you don't have to worry about? She going to always have snacks in the cupboard. She going to always have some snacks.
Okay, snacks in the cupboard. And Sean Payton like, hold on. I ain't trade for him. I ain't pay him. You know how coaches like to get their players. Just like a general manager likes to get his coach. New ownership like to get their coach. I want mine. This is mine.
But what is the best fit? Where's another option outside of Russell Wilson after the season? Where are we going? What are we doing? Think about it. Let's think long term. What's the long term answer to the situation right now that can fix it?
I think Sean Payton wants his. He wants
who?
His,
Drew Brees. Drew Brees ain't walking through that door.
No. Drew was done. Drew had no more tread on the tire. But let me ask you a question. Now, last year they were 2-3. They're 1-4. And supposedly, allegedly, they got better coaching. Allegedly, better. Russell was supposed to be better. You tell me Russ looks better this year than he looked last year, and he looked like stir fry last year. Right now, he looking like Moo got paying. Yeah. I ain't even say General Joe's chicken. He Moo. See, I tell you on these Chinese food.
I don't know them people.
Yeah, he Moo. He ain't even stir fry.
We only at the quarter pole of the season. Are you giving up on Russ? Are you giving up on the Broncos in general? Just asking because.
Well, look, the Broncos. I understand that we got Sean Payton, but look, they saw Russ. It's like a fighter. You remember what he once was, but what do you see now? What do you see?
Listen, sometimes that fighter, they can catch their second win. Sometimes that fighter catch their second win in that 7th round, and all of a sudden you get to round 8, 9, and 10, 11, and 12, and it's a whole different fight. It's a different fighter.
Ocho, he can't beat good teams anymore. He beat teams that are inferior. But when have the Broncos won a game that they weren't supposed to win? They were supposed to beat Chicago. When was the time the Broncos won a game in the last 2 years and you say, man, we weren't supposed to win that one, but we won that one. You were supposed to be Chicago.
I don't know.
Let me tell you what the good quarterbacks do. They normally, 90% of the time, beat the team that they're supposed to beat, and it's 50-50. They win 75% of those. That's what the really good ones do.
You know what else the really good ones have? No, I'm not even gonna go there. You're right. I'm gonna leave it at that. You're right.
I mean, look here. The Broncos gave up 3 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks, a 5th-round pick. They gave him 5 years, $245 million, $165 guaranteed. They gave Sean Payton 5 years, $100 million, and all of this to be 1-4. They got 6 wins in their last 22 games. Somebody got to go.
You know what? That family that bought the Broncos, they're business people, right? And you know when it comes to business, sometimes you put your money in and stuff, and it don't turn out the way you want it to right away just because you invested a certain amount into it. Sometimes you got to work.
You know
it got to work. Yeah,
the Walton family.
Yeah, I'm sure when the Walton family started, as soon as they put money into something, it didn't turn around and you saw a profit right away. Sometimes that happens.
Guess what it's doing now? You remember what they did in the pandemic? They closed some Walmarts. The less profitable Walmarts, they closed them mofos down. I don't know if you understand. They have things what they call a write down. That thing losing, we'll write it off. He's gone. You say you financial. Your financial people told you about writing things down, right? You put it in this year's, and it goes into this year. So next year you start with a clean slate. You better stop playing. You say you like chess, so they play chess. Everybody else looking at it as checkers. I'm telling you now, I ain't. Hey.
Man, that's crazy how the business work, though. It's crazy how the business work. 2 years, they already ready. They ready to fold on you already.
Yes, Ocho. We don't have time. It's too much money. I can't let you get another $45 million of my dollars for another 3 and 14 season.
And
I can't do that.
You know what's gonna happen? This is the thing. There really is no answer because if you do go somewhere else, you do get another quarterback, you go draft a rookie, you're still going to be in the same boat. That's like saying a woman pressuring you to get married and she say, well, you're taking too long to ask me. You leave and go deal with somebody else and he ain't going to ask you either. So you're still stuck in the same goddamn situation.
But guess what? I already know. I've been with you for 2 years. So if you ain't going to make the move, so I already know what I'm going to get. I'm going to go somebody else. They might. See, you said I can't find anybody better. Who's to say I can't? I'm not finna be that. So you want me to be beholden because I'm unafraid to go try to find something better.
Well, statistically speaking, the chance that you finding something better is slim to none based on statistics.
Hold on.
And based on Russell Wilson.
Hold on. You talking about Russ 5 years ago. You don't think I can find anything better than this Russell Wilson right now.
Right now, as hard as it is to have a decent quarterback in this NFL?
No. I'm saying you saying I can't find next year a quarterback that can give me better at this production, if not better, for a cheaper price than what Russell. Are you telling me that right now?
Who you going to find?
Don't worry about that. Don't you worry about, see, there you go. Well, who you talking, see, that's how the women there with you. Who you talking to? Don't worry about that. Don't you worry about who I'm talking to. I'm not going to be talking to you no more. That's all you need to worry about. Don't worry about who I might be talking to. I might not be talking to nobody, but it won't be.
One thing about the NFL, they always feel, well, everybody's replaceable. Everybody's replaceable.
No,
everybody's replaceable. Let's start there. Everybody's replaceable, but the quarterback position, you understand the landscape. Players coming out of college,
yes.
Quarterbacks that are in the NFL now, some that are not in the NFL at this moment. You understand how difficult it is to find one that is efficient.
Ocho.
You know how difficult that is, right? And you making it sound so easy.
Ocho, I got $10 million in my pocket. There ain't no houses that I looking like, but one might become available a little later. How do we know Kyler Murray don't become available? How do we know that?
Kyler Murray, if Kyler Murray becomes available, he'll be playing for the Arizona Cardinals because he gives them their best chance to win. Who gives the Broncos their best chance to win right now, even though things aren't going well, even at 1-4? What other quarterback out there?
I get. Oh, I'm not talking about right now.
Oh,
I'm saying
okay,
moving forward. I think listen, this year, no. But I do not believe Russell Wilson will be in Denver next year. I don't believe Russell is the long-term answer to what the Broncos want or need. That is my personal opinion. The man has 70 yards through three quarters. 70.
So that's all his fault.
So let me ask you a question. See,
I'm just asking you, is it all his fault? I mean, this is a team game offensively.
But let me ask you a question. How many come from behind wins you got? Or they gave that to they gave that to Carson. You see Russell got 40 game winning drives. How many receivers got? How many the O-line got? Oh, so it's not all his fault, but he get all the credit.
I see you. I like how you flipped that on me though. That was a good one.
Okay. Patriots, worst shutout loss in the Belichick era. Mac Jones over the last 2 games, 4 interceptions, 2 pick sixes, a fumble return for a touchdown. He threw for 150 yards against Dallas. He threw for 110 yards against New Orleans. 0 touchdowns, benched twice, and outscored 69-3. How much longer does Coach Belichick stick with Mac Jones? You can't just keep benching a quarterback and keep sticking him back out there the next week. You can't do that, Ocho.
Who they going to put in there? Zeppy? Zappe. I said it wrong.
Yeah, you drafted it. Bailey Zappi.
I mean, obviously, they got Mac Jones starting for a reason because they feel Mac Jones gives them the best chance to win, but obviously it's not happening, especially based off what we saw.
You remember last year they benched Mac Jones.
They benched him last week too. No,
they actually benched him for a game. They benched him at the start of the game, not during the game, the start of the game. How much longer? Fans were booing. Look here, the Patriots fans should not boo at all. You've had the longest stretch of prosperity in NFL history. Do you understand from 2001 until 2019 what happened? You went to 9 Super Bowls. You won 6. You shouldn't boo. You should say, you know what, hey, I don't care what happened because ain't nothing can take. Bro, do you understand how great you've had it?
Yeah, I think they understand, but obviously it's the winning ways. You're spoiled now. You ever have a woman that you continuously just do for and things are always good, so you're always expecting good. You're always expecting things to be perfect. And it's just not the case.
Yes.
That's not the landscape or the dynamic of that team right now. Even the expertise and brilliance of the coaching mind of Bill Belichick can't fix the situation going on over there right now until you get a quarterback that is efficient. And I'm not trying to say Mac Jones is not competent, but one that doesn't turn the ball over. You're not going to have a chance to win. You're just not.
Brady could make. Obviously, he had guys that could really play, but Brady could elevate guys that were just, if they were anybody else, they would be here. He could get them to here. That's not what Mac Jones needs great players to elevate him. Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, Najee Harris, obviously the coaching is a push, but you look at what he had to elevate him. Now he doesn't have that level of talent to elevate him. He needs to be elevated. Tom Brady could elevate.
That's the funny thing about college, which is very scary when it comes to drafting. When it comes to drafting players, you don't know what you're going to get from the quarterback because once you get to the NFL, the level of talent evens out. It evens out, and if you don't have true superstars, you never know how good that quarterback is going to be because ain't no telling what's going to happen. Because you have good players around you. You on the Patriots, you have good players around you, but you have to play at such a different level to make sure your team has a chance, and that's just not what they're getting.
Right. Okay, let's talk about this. Joe Budden's beef. Joe Budden took a shot at Drake, said he's making music for children, completely disregarding his older fan base. why are you still effing the 25-year-olds? You a 37-year-old billionaire, 37-year-old billionaire. Whose side you on?
I love everybody. I like joke or rap. Joke and rap. He can do his thing when it's time to get on that mic. I love Drake. Drake is great, one of the best artists of this generation, maybe of all goddamn time in general, based on the run that he's on right now. Longevity and consistency and understanding what it's going to take to remain at the top, and he's been able to do that. Not very many artists can do that. He's evolved. His sound has evolved with the times to make sure the fan base continues to carry.
Sound like you're on Drake's side.
How I just told you I love both. I love both. I love both.
But my thing is that Drake is making music. Look, I own a podcast, and when sponsors and people, advertisers reach out, I send a deck.
Right.
They want to know. They want to know the demographics. Okay, what's the 18 to 25-year-old, 24-year-old looking like? What's the 25 to 34? What's the 35 to 44? What's the 45 to 54?
Right.
What that's looking like? What's the percentage out of men? What's the percentage out of women? What's the percentage of education? Are they married? College degree? All that. So Drake is looking at it like, hold on. The people that streaming and buying my music is in this demographic. I'm going to make that advertisers. Who the advertisers appealing to? Every once in a while you get a Cadillac commercial, but most of the time they're appealing to people 18 to 24, 25 to 34. Okay.
I think
What's up?
maybe Joe holds Drake to a higher standard than everybody else, because if you look at other rappers and what they rap about, the content that they rap about, it's similar to the same thing, regardless of age. You know, you have rappers that are 36 and 37 and still rapping about the same thing they were rapping about, 10, 15 years ago.
Is it making money?
That's what you do.
So let me ask you a question.
That's the goal.
So in other words, in 5 years from now, you want us to change Nightcap, so we just gonna talk financials, because I'll be 60 and you'll be 5 years older. So let's stop talking about this here stuff, and we're gonna start talking financials.
I mean,
that's not what our audience wants to hear from us. That's not what Drake's audience wants to hear, because the audience will tell you what they want. When they stop buying your music, when they stop buying your product, they telling you either you make a shift or we're gonna shift for you. Well, considering Drake is selling out arenas, and he's selling out SoFi and things of that. I mean, come on, bro.
Listen, I didn't really get into it heavy. I read about it. I heard about it, and I'm like, God damn, what's going on? And then I listened to what Joe Budden said. Then I listened to Drake fire back at him. I'm like, damn, can't we all get along? Can't we all get along?
Yeah, but think about it. Why is it us? Why do we always look? I understand, but the critique. When is the white podcast going to take the shot at Timberlake?
They don't move like that. They don't move like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, normally it's us. We like to continue to challenge each other. We love to continue to challenge each other. There's nothing wrong with that. It builds character.
You're talking about, well, you messing with 25-year-olds. I mean, bro, well, you need to fire a shot. Hold on. How old is Jay-Z? How old is Beyonce? I think there's better. I guarantee you there's better than a decade difference.
Yeah. For real?
What the problem? I bet you a doorknob to a bucket of cow manure, and I'll let you put up the bucket of cow manure. That's how confident I am. A golden doorknob.
Listen, it sometimes that stuff get personal.
You like what you like, Ocho. How is your lady? She's younger than you, right?
How old are you? Yeah, she's 36. Well, she'll be 36 on the 16th.
You like what you like.
Yeah. Well, no. I like what I like.
You like what you like.
But
so
But
bad.
she came after me. She slid in my DM.
Man, that's what there's a rose shortage. They say, you brought out all the roses in Florida. Because I tried to send somebody some. Couldn't get none, not one. That's what they told. If it's a lie,
it's a lack of,
I don't know who said it. Jay-Z is 53. Beyonce is 42.
Oh, that's good. That's a good number, too. That's a good number.
But he said, hold on. He said, why you messing with the 25-year-olds when you 37? So what's the difference between 11 and 12?
I'm not one of those that always paid attention to numbers. There are people that you're able to deal with. There are people that are they're more high maintenance, and you have women that you can deal with that are less maintenance. And because it's you, they're gonna be excited to deal with you anyway. And when you go 25 and younger, or 25 and like end up in that area, you ain't got to do much. You ain't got to do much. You ain't got to do much.
Why you? Well, Drake, keep living your life. Joe B, I love you. I love your podcast. But I'm a rock with Drake on this.
Joe, I love you. Drake, I love you. Man, y'all just keep doing your thing.
No, you don't. No, he don't. No, he don't, Drake. He just trying to be politically correct. He's Switzerland. He 50-50. He right now, he's Switzerland. He don't want no beef. Ain't never picked up no weapon and went to war with nobody. Oh, I'm on your side. I'm on your side. I like you too.
I'm not in the beef.
Keep making chocolate and watches.
Beef. Only beef I eat is from McDonald's.
Whatever. People are upset at Shedeur Sanders for clapping back in the Arizona State section.
What?
Because he put that on him. He put that on him. You put it on him. But hold on. I guarantee you some of the people that are upset at Shedeur was love when Johnny Manziel was doing this
Baker
to Rice.
Mayfield,
they were loving it. They were loving it. I'm like, why he do it?
Baker Mayfield took the flag and
he planted the flag.
I was loving that. I was loving it. I was loving the Johnny M with the, man, don't stop nothing. Don't stop nothing you doing. Continue it.
I'm trying to figure out why Danny Cannell has been so outspoken.
Danny Cannell.
Prime with the FSU.
Florida State Danny Cannell?
You remember that?
What Danny talking about?
He just keep taking shots at Coach Prime and Shedeur. I don't know what that's about.
Danny. Wait, Florida State, Prime, Florida State. Oh, that might be some. That might be a little personal, yeah, man. That might be a little personal.
It seemed like it was. And you remember when Baker was on the sideline?
Oh yeah, grabbed his crotch. Hit him with the Marshawn Lynch.
We're gonna get you out of here. We're gonna get out of here on this one. Mario Cristobal.
What they doing? Come on now. What we doing, man? What we doing?
Take a knee. Take a knee. Why you? We teach balls, so we get both hands on the ball. Now the official said, "Nah, you be dumb. We gonna be dumb too."
He was down now. He was down. I know you saw the replay. His elbow was down. Yeah. I'm not sure I don't know what they was doing.
I can't reward negative behavior.
I understand. I don't know what they're doing. Especially we trying to change. We trying to change the culture.
Why
and
put
the environment on that University of Football at Miami?
Let me tell you how they change it. Win. Because what was UM known for in the 80s? Winning. And that's what got them on the map. When they beat Nebraska, I'm old enough to. When they beat Nebraska in the national title game, and that started it, because that was Bernie Kosar and that crew and Highsmith and Mel Bratton, and then all this started to get the Blaze boys, and they got Michael Irvin, and they got it opened the floodgates. So that's all you got to do is win. And you see the guy on the sideline. He asked, "WTF we doing?" I'm asking myself, and I'm in my bedroom, what the WTF are y'all doing? I ain't crying, but I was asking.
I don't know what that – I mean, teaching ball security and all that stuff means nothing. The whole point, you want to win. You want to win the game. You take a knee. As a matter of fact, seeing stuff like that, it make me think, was somebody throwing the game away?
Man, I don't even think like that.
I'm just saying, as a coach, your job at the end of the day is to do what you can
is to win the game.
So who does that in that moment?
Yeah, for sure.
Who does that?
Somebody trying to get too cute. Somebody think they know more than anybody else. They're the smartest coach ever, and just had the worst. That might have been one of the worst coaching decisions that we'll ever see. That won't top Darrell Bevel and Pete Carroll in the Super Bowl throwing on the 1 yard line. But in college, you got to find one worse than that one.
That was bad. That was real bad.
That was downright awful. And then the man gonna have to say, "We talk about two hands on the ball." Really? If I was the running back should have just got it and went down. He should have slid. He should have slid a quarterback slide into the line.
Matter of fact, you know what the quarterback should have done? He should have said, "Forget the play call," and just took a knee on his own.
Yep.
That's what he should have did.
That's what he should have done. cost them kids a game. Don't you cost them a game. It's hard enough to win a game without my coach, but my coach helping them.
That's a damn.
Thank you for tuning in to Nightcap. I'm Shannon Sharpe, your favorite Unc. He's Chad Ochocinco Johnson, your favorite number 85, one of your best route runners
the best.
In the
You heard
of the
Jimmy
game.
Smith. You saw that. You saw Jimmy Smith tweet you and tell you the best. Don't play with it. It's what it do. These feet right here came from Bessie Mae Flowers, Dade County legend.
All I can do is go eye test. All I can go by eyes.
Okay, go by eye. Well, read your
no,
eyes
no.
and read the tweets. Cause I told you what they would tell you. They would tell you themselves now. Don't play with sugar. These feet something serious.
Man, I'll let you tomorrow night. Enjoy, get some rest. Thank you for tuning in. Nightcap, Unc and Ocho. We're out.